Now, this week, India's armed forces announced a new recruitment program. It's called Agnipath. Agni, of course, means fire, Path means path. So this is, of course, a new program where government wants to bring in new, younger blood into the army. But the new policy has not been received well, with protests having broken out across several states. Now, under the original scheme that was announced on Tuesday, aspirants in the age group of 17 to 21 years of age were to be recruited. Every year, about 50,000 soldiers in total were to be recruited to begin with, but not all of them would get permanent jobs. They would serve for 4 years, and after that, only 25% of them would be retained with the army and would become regular soldiers, while the others would be asked to leave after their 4-year tenure. And also the soldiers who would be asked to leave would not get any pensions. They would get a severance package but no lifelong benefits. Now, reacting to the backlash, the Defence Ministry on Thursday has announced a 2-year relaxation in the upper age limit for the scheme for this year, since there has been no recruitment that had been done in the past 2 years. So the question, of course, is why are people protesting, especially the aspirants, the candidates who wanted to join the Indian Army? Why are they out on the streets demanding answers from the government? The primary concern, of course, is the temporary nature of these jobs that the government seems to be offering as a part of the army service. Because remember, this particular job that is being offered is only for a period of 4 years for 75% of all those young candidates who will be recruited. Pension has been removed. There is no healthcare benefit for the soldier or his family. Until now, a soldier had job security for 17 years, and then the comfort of pension and access to subsidized healthcare was also offered. In case a soldier died in action, the benefits continued for his family. The Agnipath scheme will put an end to all of these benefits. Now, one of the core aims of this scheme is to cut down on the soaring salary and pension bill of the armed forces. The army spends almost about 25% of its entire budget just on pensions. The scheme will also allow it to divert money towards modernization. But of course, the candidates who want to be a part of the Indian Army do not completely accept all of these arguments that have been put forth. They're saying that government needs to bring in some changes. And also, WION Siddhan has been tracking this story very closely for us and has sent us this report from New Delhi, isn't it?
The Indian government has announced a tweak in the Agnipath scheme. The Agnipath scheme was announced earlier this week, and this is a new HR policy when it comes to recruitment in the Indian military. We know that the age bracket when it comes to Agnipath scheme is 17.5 years to 21 years, and a one-time tweak has been announced when it comes to increasing the upper age limit to 23. Now, one of the reasons which are likely to have led to this tweak is that first, there have been large-scale protests. We have seen the visuals coming from across the country, especially in the northern belt. The second, of course, is there haven't been any recruitment in the Indian military for last 2 years because of the COVID crisis, and the age limit for many of these young people have been lapsing. So that is another reason. But there are, of course, a lot of debates happening around it. We know one of the key points of this policy is that while 25% will be absorbed, what happens to the 75% who won't be absorbed in the Indian military? We know that the various state governments and the central ministries are looking to absorb them. The Home Ministry has also announced a policy decision that they will be prioritizing the Agniveers, as they are known as, into their services. So the debate, it looks like, is still set to continue. Siddhan for WION in New Delhi.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.